From Los Angeles, TraderInsight.com presents Dr. Adrian Manz in the war room and at the helm with today's look at stocks and sectors on the radar.
For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manz, and this is Stocks and Sectors on the Radar for Thursday, April 2nd, 2009. On Wednesday, Dow Jones Industrials up 153 points to close at 7761.60. We had 2,326 stocks advance, 713 decline, and NYSE total volume a little bit on the light side, 1.5 billion shares. Dow managed to undo the damage that was done on Monday. We now have a pretty solid flat week so far. That's better than where we were headed before. And, of course, we are just below the bottom of the range on the Dow box. If we can get back up inside this thing by week's end, that would be great for anybody who's long the market because, of course, we're going into earnings, and earnings season can only be one thing. It's going to be terrible. So, the S&P 500, look at this. Up above 800, that's a very good move for the S&P. Up 1321 on the session, 811.08. We had the NASDAQ 100 up 1550 at 1252.51, and the NASDAQ comp up 2301 at 1551.60. VIX trading 42.28, that's down 186 on the session. Let's take a look here very quickly at the VIX. We see here that we are still firmly entrenched in the new trading range on the VIX. Looks like VIX 40 plus is going to be around for a while. Big sectors on the day weren't really to be found as far as standouts go, but we did see some solid action in the chemicals. That's CEX.X for those of you using Realtek, the S&P Chemical Index, and in the Philly Gold and Silver Sector Index. I'm going to be watching some stocks in both of these sectors. We'll talk about those in a minute. First, we'll go over the no-shows from yesterday, the pharma stocks. They were good intraday plays. They didn't really hit those triggers we were talking about yesterday, though. Let's have a quick look, and then we will get into tomorrow's possible setups. We talked about Amlin Pharmaceuticals, AMLN. We talked about Bristol Myers Squibb, BMY, and we talked about Novo, NVO, and, lo and behold, Novo and Amlin, no shows. They did not do the dance today, but we had some interesting price action in Bristol Myers, ticker symbol BMY. It did not go and break this fastball high that we were looking at yesterday. Now, if you'll recall yesterday, what it was that I saw here was this nice orderly rise in the price of the stock that got us up into this trading range here. And that trading range is, of course, the representative of the fastball type 2 setup, right? We had this nice consolidation range here, and then we had that pop to the upside. Now, the reason this one wasn't on the trading service, for those of you who are intraday trading plan subscribers, is because if you look at this fastball bar here, what you should recognize is that it does not look like the fastball setup in the book, right? It's not, the opening and closing on this bar is not exactly the way that we like to see it. If you look at the intraday time compressions, if you look at the 25 tick charts and the activity on the open book and the tape, you'll see what I'm talking about. It wasn't a real clean setup, hence it winds up on stocks to watch or on stocks and sectors on the radar. Now, intraday today then, it's not that big of a surprise that we wound up with the stock doing something other than a real clean follow-through day. But look what happened here, right? We've got this move to the upside that really, at the open of the day, you could have said, well, I'm looking for a bounce off this pivot level down here. It would have been great if we would have caught that bounce, but look how much it oscillated above and below that line. That was not the trade that we were looking for. Instead, we miss all this upside in here, and when it gets up and consolidates just under the central pivot, you get a very, very nice move, follow-through move to the upside after that consolidation that would trigger you into the trade and get you a nice, quick 30-cent per share move. And that ain't bad for just having something on your watch list over the course of the session. So none of these were super clean. That's the way that Bristol Myers was played out around here anyways. And if you caught that, great. If not, next time, watch for those pivot levels, watch for those pivot inflections. They tend to be very good places to look for price activity to either continue or reverse. So now let's have a look at a couple of chemical and gold plays, or a couple of chemical and mining plays, really, that we've got on deck for Thursday's trading. So due to the increased volatility in the markets, even in spite of these big moves, we've got a lot of volatility, a lot of snapbacks on any kind of intraday price action. I've got some pretty tight targets on these. First one I'm looking at is in the chemicals. Nalco Holding Company, ticker symbol NLC. If we get trade above $14.12 to maybe $14.15, something like that, I'm going to look for a move up to about $14.41 on this fastball, expansion of range and expansion of volume. Second one on the list, OM Group Incorporated, also in the chemicals, ticker symbol OMG, $21.60, $21.65. Going to have me looking for an entry. Got to watch these overlapping highs and lows here. We see that there is quite a bit of price activity around this level going back over time and very, very recently. That implies that there might be some resistance there, and if that resistance reasserts itself, then it's not going to be pretty. So I won't be on to that one for very long if it decides to turn around at that level. Now, the next one that I'm looking at is Newmont Mining Corporation. This is in metals and mining, of course. $47.55 per share would be my entry on this one, assuming there's strength in metals and mining, assuming there's strength in the gold stuff, and strength in the broader indices. I'm going to be looking at NEM for a move up to about $48.35 a share. Then GFI, Goldfields Limited. Again, this is in the metals and mining. I'm going to look for a line drive entry on this one. Ticker symbol is GFI. $12.40 a share would be my trigger on this. Tight profit target on this of $12.74. All of these things just got to watch the broader market. There's lots and lots of reversals going on almost constantly. Today we saw the market reverse 200 points right off the open. So almost anything goes at this point. But as long as I can find solid stop losses for all of these first thing in the morning, I'll be interested in trading them the way that I see them here today. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email, Adrian@traderinsight.com. Use protective stops on every trade and have a great trading day on Thursday.